Hi yogis, my name is Amber and I'm the founder of Embody.live, and on this channel we go all in with yoga, wellness, spirituality, and personal development. So I am so happy and so excited that you're here today. Today I'm going to be doing a little morning flow yoga practice today. And it's very easy, very gentle, and a great way to start your morning. So we're going to go ahead and get started in a seated position. You can sit with your legs crossed like this, or if it's more comfortable for you, you can sit onto your heels as well. So either way is totally fine. And we're going to go ahead and just start this practice off with a little mindful breathing practice. So we'll go ahead and close our eyes. We can roll the shoulders up and back a few times. And I want you to take a few moments just to focus on your breath. I want you to notice how the breath feels as you're inhaling through your nose. And then all together, let's sigh it out through the mouth. Inhaling through the nose. And sighing it out. And as you inhale, I want you to notice how your chest rises and how your chest falls as you exhale. Taking a few more breaths here, enjoying this moment of peace and quiet. And we can start, you can keep your eyes closed, and we'll start by bringing the right ear to the right shoulder. So getting a nice stretch on the left side of the neck. And let's switch sides, so bringing the left ear to the left shoulder. And now let's make half circles to the front. So bringing your neck around to the right shoulder. Swinging it to the front, around to the left shoulder. And let's do this a few times. And now let's make half circles to the back. So bringing it back to the right shoulder, back to the left shoulder. You might feel some cracks in there. And now let's go ahead and do full circles all the way around with the neck. All the way around, nice and big circles. Let's do one more. And now let's switch directions. So doing the same big full circle, but now going the other direction. Perfect. So now we can come back to a neutral position. We're going to place our right hand behind us and our left hand onto the right knee. And now we're going to twist and look behind the right shoulder. So a nice gentle twist. And we can switch sides. So coming back to neutral, placing the left hand behind you, the right hand on the left knee, and then looking behind the left shoulder. You might hear some cracks in your back as well. And we can come back to a neutral position. Now we're going to bring our hands up above our head, and with the right hand, grab the left wrist. So with the right hand, grab the left wrist, and now we're going to bend towards the right side. So stretching the left side of the body. You might feel it all the way down here. And now coming back to neutral and switching sides. So the left hand grabs the right wrist. And then we stretch towards the left side, stretching the right side of our body here. And coming back to a neutral position. We can place both our hands behind us. And now we're going to open up the chest and look up towards the ceiling. So really opening the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades together and looking up. And now we're going to just bring the neck down. So the hands and the chest stay the same. Now we're just looking down towards our ankles. Let's look up. Squeeze the shoulder blades a little bit closer. Open the chest a little bit more. And then now look down. Amazing. Now we're going to transition into our hands and knees. So you can bring your hands onto the mat. Your wrists are underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. And we're going to start with some cat and cows. So we're going to arch the back, look up towards the ceiling, and then round the spine, looking towards our belly button. Arch the back and look up. Round the spine and looking down. Arch the back, look up. And round the spine, looking down. Let's do this 2 more times. So arching the back, looking up, and then rounding the spine and looking down. And now we can do big circles with the hips. So let's do some nice hip circles here, loosening up the lower back. And let's do the other direction. So reversing your circle. Amazing. And now we're going to do a really nice and big full body circle. So I'll show you what it is. But essentially, you're going to be bringing your weight towards the front and then sweeping the hips back towards the heels, bringing the hips towards the front, and then lifting the hips, bringing them back towards the heels. So doing this, let's do it 2 more circles to this side. Last one. And now let's switch directions. So going the other way. And this is a really nice stretch for the lower back. One last time. And now you can come back to a neutral position onto our hands and knees. Now next, we're going to tuck our toes under and then lift the knees and lift the hips, coming into our first downward dog of the day. Now you can bend one knee at a time while you're in your downward facing dog. You might notice that your calves may feel tight if it's your first time moving today. And I want you to just pay attention to the sensations that you feel, because they are most likely going to feel different by the end of this practice. Now you can come to a neutral downward facing dog. And you want to make sure that your fingertips are spread nice and wide and your full hands are pressing onto the mat. And now we're going to bend our knees, look towards our hands, and slowly walk our feet towards our hands and then fold forward. Now in your forward fold here, your knees can be bent if they need to, so you don't have to do a straight leg forward bend. So doing whatever feels right for you. And we're just going to hang in our forward fold for a few breaths. You can grab opposite elbows. You can sway from side to side. Noticing any sensations, any tension in the legs or behind the knees and the calves. And now we can release the elbows, and one vertebrae at a time, we're going to rise all the way up to a standing position. And once we're standing, we can roll the shoulders up and back. Amazing. So next, we're going to have our feet about hip distance apart, your hands out to the side. We're going to inhale, bring our hands up above the head. And exhale, fold forward, bringing our hands towards the ground. We will inhale with a straight back. So a straight back might be here for you, it might be lower, whatever is available for you. But we just don't want a rounded spine, so we want a straight back. So here we are with the straight back. And now we can fold forward again, bend the knees a bit, and place our hands onto the mat. We're going to step our feet back into a high plank. And now we're going to bring our knees to the mat, bring our chest to the mat, and then we're going to bring our forearms onto the mat and lift the chest up, coming in for a nice gentle cobra. Now in our cobra, let's go ahead and shake our butt from side to side. This is such a nice little pose for your lower back. Nice. And now we're going to bring our hands underneath the shoulders and then come back to our hands and knees. And then now push back into a downward facing dog. So here we are again in our downward facing dog. Now next, we're going to lift the right leg up and then step it in between the hands. This left heel is going to spin down so your entire left foot is onto the mat. And we're going to inhale and bring our arms up and above the head. Now you want to make sure that your knee is above your ankle and your hands straight above you as well. And we're just going to hold it here for about 2 breaths. Really extending your arms straight. We don't want lazy noodle arms, so straight arms. And now bringing your hands back to the mat, stepping the foot back. And from here, once again, we can lower down the knees, lower down the chest. We're going to bring our hands onto the mat this time. Rise up for an upward facing dog. Tuck the toes and push back for a downward facing dog. Let's go to the other side. So lifting the left leg up, stepping it in between the hands, spinning this right heel down. Now we're going to inhale and bring our arms up above the head. Once again, knee above the ankle, sinking into these hips here, hands up above the head, extended straight. 1 more breath. We can bring our hands back to the mat, step this left foot back, and let's push straight back into a downward facing dog. So here we are in our down dog, and once again we're going to bend the knees, look towards the hands, step your feet forward, and then fold forward. On our next inhale, we're going to bring the arms all the way up above the head. And exhale, bring them back down to the side. Great job. That was our first sun salute of the day. So let's go ahead and go into our sun B. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have our feet once again hip distance apart. And this time we're going to bend our knees until our fingertips touch the mat. Now once we're here, we're going to sink our hips a little bit lower. And we're going to inhale and bring only the arms up. And hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale and bring the hands towards the mat, folding forward. We'll inhale with a straight back. And exhale, bring the hands to the mat and step it back. Now this time we're going to do a chaturanga. So we're going to lower down halfway, untuck the toes so you're on the tops of the feet, and rise up for an upward facing dog. Tuck the toes again and push back for a downward facing dog. Staying in our down dog for about 2 breaths. Now we can lift the right leg up, step it in between the hands, and spin this left heel down. Now we'll inhale, rise the arms up above the head. Exhale, bring the hands back to the mat, step the right foot back. Let's go through another chaturanga, so lowering halfway. Inhale for upward facing dog. Exhale for a downward facing dog. Now let's lift the left leg, step it in between the hands, spin this right heel down, and inhale, bring both arms up above the head. Taking a breath here, bringing the hands back to the mat, stepping the left foot back, lowering down, rising for our upward facing dog, and pushing back into a downward facing dog. Next, we're going to bend the knees, look up towards the hands, step the foot to the front of the mat, and fold forward. Now we'll inhale, rise the arms up above the head, and exhale, bring the hands down to the side. Now this time we're going to walk our feet a little bit wider than hip distance. You can place your hands onto your hips. We're going to open up the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then fold forward here. Now with your peace love fingers, we're going to grab the big toe, and we're going to start to pull ourselves down. So this is called the ragdoll. And your legs will be nice and strong and stable here. And you want to think of your upper body completely relaxing. Your head is relaxed, your neck is relaxed. You can look in between your legs. And we're just going to hang here. You can let go of your big toe, bring the hands back onto the hips, and then slowly rise up again to standing. Now this time you're going to step your right foot back, and we're going to face the long side of the mat, as I'm doing now. Now our legs are going to be a bit wider than our hip distance this time. And once again, placing the hands onto the hips, opening up the chest, and folding forward as we exhale. Now you can bring your hand to the mat, relax your neck down, and stay here. Now if you want to take the stretch a little bit further, if you have space, then you can grab opposite elbows and hang here as well. And if you want to take it a step further, you can bring your right elbow to your right knee, and then your left elbow to the left knee, and kind of sway from side to side. This is a really nice pose. It feels so nice. Now we can place our hands onto the mat again, and this time we're going to walk our hands towards our right foot and then folding over this right leg. Getting a nice stretch behind the knee. You might feel it in the hamstrings as well. And then walking our hands to the middle, and then walking towards the left foot and folding over this left leg. Bringing our hands to the middle again. And one last time, let's go ahead and grab opposite elbows and let's hang here. Your neck completely relaxed. I know it's so easy to want to look up, but trust me, relax the neck down. You will thank me for it. Now we're going to put our hands onto the mat again, and this time we're going to turn our left foot forward and then bring the right knee down. So you have your left foot on the mat, your right knee is down. We're going to come up for a low lunge. So you're going to bend the left leg and sink into the hips here. And you have some options for this pose. So one, you can have your hands onto your knee. You can have your hands on the mat if you'd like as well. Or you can have your hands directly up above your head. Now this version is a bit more intense of a stretch because all of your weight is sinking into your hips. So really just choosing whatever one feels right for you. And now we're going to go ahead and straighten the left leg and place each hand on each side of it and then fold forward over the left leg. You will feel it probably behind the knee as well here. Now you can go ahead and bring your left leg next to the right, and we're going to switch sides. So we're going to step the right foot forward. We're going to rise up. And then once again, you can have your hands on your knees and sink low into these hips. You can have your hands onto the mat or on a block if you have one and if you'd like to use it. Or you can have your hands directly above the head or even on the back of the neck here and really sinking low into these hips. And you might notice that one side has more flexibility than the other side, and that is totally normal. I know that my left side is a lot less flexible than my right, and I definitely feel it in this pose as well. So it's okay to do one version for one side and then a different version for the other side. And then now on this side, we're going to straighten the right leg, one hand on each side, and then fold forward here. Amazing. And then we can bring the right leg back. And now we're going to sit onto our butt. So you can extend the legs out in front of you, sitting onto our butt. And from here, we're going to bend the right leg, place our right hand behind our backs, lift the left hand up and place the left elbow on the right knee, and then twist looking behind you. And now switching sides so you can extend the right leg, bend the left, place the left hand behind you and the right elbow on the right knee, and then twist. Now you can extend both legs in front of you, and we're going to walk our hands either to our ankles or our feet or calves, wherever you can reach, and then just fold forward here. Now you might notice that your flexibility levels shift and change depending on the day, depending on if you're just waking up in the morning, if you've already worked out, maybe you're feeling a bit sore. So be gentle with yourself. Every day can be different, and just loving and appreciating your body where you are right now. Now we can slowly rise up, and now we're going to go ahead and lay onto our backs. Here we are on our backs, and let's go ahead and bend both the knees to the chest. Squeezing it in, making a nice little ball. And now let's go ahead and make circles with our knees. So giving our lower back a nice little massage. And let's switch the directions of these leg circles. Perfect. And now let's go ahead and lift our feet into the air. And you're going to bend the knees and grab your big toes with your peace love fingers. And we're going to go into our happy baby. Now in happy baby, you want to imagine that you're kind of bringing your knees to the ground. So you want to bend the elbows so that your knees and your hips are stretching a bit. And from here, we can gently rock from side to side, getting that nice stretch in the thighs, having a bit of fun while you're at it. And now you can bring the knees together, and we're going to bring them to the right side of the body. You can extend both your arms out like a T, and then look the other direction. So if your knees are to the right, you want to look to the left. And we'll stay here for about 2 breaths. We can lift the knees to the center and now drop them to the left side. Look towards the right. Bring it back to center. And this time extending the legs out in front of you. Here we are at our final resting pose, our final Shavasana. You can have your hands out to the side, your palms facing upwards. And from here, we're going to take a nice and deep inhale through the nose. And a full exhale through the mouth. Now, as we end this practice, I'd like to end with a little body scan. So as I name each part of your body, I want you to imagine a bright white light coming over you and making this part just completely relax. So starting at the top of the head, this wave of relaxation comes down your forehead. All of your little worry and wrinkles just completely disappear. Your eyebrows are relaxed. Your eyes are relaxed. Your cheekbones sitting nice and easy. Your mouth and your jaw letting go of any tension that you might have and just completely relaxing. You can feel your shoulders relax and this wave of relaxation going down your biceps, around your elbows, and down your arms all the way to your wrists until each and every finger is completely relaxed. You can feel your chest rising as you inhale and falling as you exhale. And this wave of relaxation heads all the way down the chest, down the stomach and the abs, around the hips. This wave of relaxation goes down the thighs, around the knees, around the calves and the ankles. And now your foot and every single toe is just completely relaxed. It almost feels like you're floating on a cloud. And just taking a few moments here to enjoy this peace and quiet before you start your day. Now you can start to bring the awareness back into your body. You can start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, maybe move your neck from left to right. And whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and lay onto the right side of your body. And feel free to lay here for a few breaths. Take as much time as you need. And whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and push yourself up into a seated position. And when you're in a seated position, you can go ahead and keep your eyes closed. And we're going to end this practice with a balanced breathing exercise. So you can just follow along with me. And we're going to inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last time. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you'd like to join more classes, we at embodymedive offer live stream yoga classes every single day. They range from 30 minutes to an hour, so you can really find a time that works for you. And I really encourage you to come join us. We have a 7-day unlimited trial, and you can try out all the classes that we have. We have spirituality classes, we have hypnosis, breath work, fitness, meditation. So I would love to see you in one of our classes. I hope you have an amazing day. And if you're enjoying our channel, if you're enjoying these videos, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and I would love to see you soon. Thank you so much and have an amazing day.